Bundelkhand. It is located in the northern Madhya Pradesh and southern Uttar Pradesh. Located in the northern Madhya Pradesh and southern Uttar Pradesh. Come on, check in atlas. See the projection of Madhya Pradesh into Uttar Pradesh. If at all you are seeing the Madhya Pradesh, there is a projection like this. There is a projection of Madhya Pradesh into Uttar Pradesh, right? That is the area where it is called as Bundelkhand region. Identify the regions like Lalitpur, Jhansi. Could you able to find the regions like Lalitpur, Jhansi? Okay. This entirely almost some 11 to 12 districts are there where entire area is a Bundelkhand region. What is the main type of rock where the Bundelkhand is made up of? Before going to see the type of rock, now understand this one. Bundelkhand is a chronic drought prone area. Chronic drought prone. In the central part of India, the very central part of India is a completely drought prone. What do you mean by chronic? Frequently drought prone. Every time it will be drought affected. Because of this one, the central government has given huge package for the drought proofing. All the other governments like Telangana government, Andhra Pradesh government, all these people are asking the financial package which is equivalent to the Bundelkhand like package. Means what? Bundelkhand is getting enough funds from the central government. Okay? But what is Bundelkhand? Why it is chronic drought prone? See here, whenever you are talking about the drought, what should be the amount of rainfall? The rainfall should be very less. The rainfall should not be there. At the same times, rivers should not be there. Whenever the rivers are not there, properly are not flowing, where the volume of the river will be less, at the same time, when there is no rainfall, the area will be turned into drought, right? But what type of rainfall and how much amount of rainfall is happening? Are there any rivers in the Bundelkhand? Identify there. Identify the rivers like Betwa. Identify the rivers like Betwa, Ken. Could you able to see the rivers like Betwa, Ken? Parbati. Could you able to see the rivers like Parbati, Ken, Betwa? Okay? At least Ken and Betwa, if not Parbati, okay? Parbati is a very small river, okay? Now, see this one. Such a Dushan even, okay? Dushan, Parbati, Ken, okay? D-U-S-H-A-N. Dushan, Parbati, Ken, Betwa. See the rivers. There are 4 rivers that are flowing over this region, yet it is drought prone. How comes there can be a drought prone when the land is having 4 rivers? It should not be drought prone, right? Now, the major rivers like Betwa and Ken. These are the very 2 mighty rivers that are flowing in this region, right? When the rivers are flowing, at the same time, how much of amount of rainfall is happening? On an average, the rainfall that is present here in this region is 100 centimeters. What do you mean by 100 centimeters? How much Telangana is getting the rainfall on average? 75 centimeters. When Telangana is getting only 75 centimeters of rainfall and Bundelkhand is getting 100 centimeters of rainfall, how can it can give a drought prone status for the Bundelkhand? Why not for Telangana? Who has to be given the drought prone status? In fact, Telangana, because it is having just 75 centimeters of rainfall. But how much of rainfall is happening in Bundelkhand? 100 centimeters. When 100 centimeters of rainfall is happening, at the same time, rivers like Betwa and Ken are flowing there. Why this region is a frequently drought prone area? Why? Because this Bundelkhand, listen this one, this point is very important. This Bundelkhand is completely made up of very, very hard granite and gneiss rocks. Bundelkhand is made up of completely full of granite and gneiss rocks. What are gneiss rocks? Gneiss rocks are the metamorphic rocks where they are very, very hard. Such a hard gneiss, G-N-E-S-S-I-S, gneiss rocks and the granite rocks are there. Because of such a hard land topography, whenever the rain takes place, though the rainfall is 100 centimeters, though the rivers flow, the percolation into the inner layers, the percolation into the inner layers is not there. Could understand? Because of very hard rocky material, the percolation is not happening. When the percolation is not there, there is no groundwater. And how many months where the rainfall will be there in India? It is only in the monsoonal time period, maybe for 3 to 4 months. After 3 to 4 months, what happens? There won't be any rainfall. This is what the condition where for the 3 to 4 months, this region will be having full of water. After this one, it won't be having good amount of water. Therefore, it is a frequent and chronic drought prone area. Could understand? It's all because of the type of material Bundelkhand is made up of. Bundelkhand is a drought prone region. See the areas. You need to understand even the economy of this region. If this is the drought prone, what type of agriculture can be there? Agriculture will won't be prosperous. Then how comes the regions like Jhansi ki Rani, where it was a kingdom once upon a time? What type of lifestyle where the people have lived? Even today, what is the condition there? In the southern UP is not prosperous, but whereas the northern UP highly prosperous economically. Why? Because it has come into the peninsular India, whereas the northern UP completely plain area. Could you understand? This is what the understandability. If you can understand like this, you can relate the farmer society, you can relate the agricultural prosperity, you can relate the lifestyle of the people, you can relate a number of things. But the only thing what you need to understand is a broader picture. What type of conditions are there? Once you know the conditions, you can relate to n number of aspects. Is it clear? This is what the Bundelkhand is. If there is a question like Dushan, Parbati, Ken, Baitwa are the rivers which are flowing in which type of area? Where they are flowing? They are flowing not in Madhya Pradesh, not in Uttar Pradesh. Don't say Madhya Pradesh and Uttar Pradesh. Whenever it comes to the physical geography, you need to talk about the specific names of the region. Like Bundelkhand, right? If there is a question like Mewar, where the Mewar is located? Mewar is a part and parcel of Rajasthan. Could understand? This is what you need to understand. Whenever we say Malwa Plateau, yes, Malwa is a geographical element, right? Malwa Plateau. But whenever there is a question like Malwa Plateau, what you need to overlap with? You need to overlap with the physical part. What is that political structure where you can understand very easily? It is the western part of Madhya Pradesh. Could understand? This is where you can, if we can overlap the geographical elements with the political elements, then you will be having very good clarity. Is it clear? If I say one question here, all you people are well aware of Eastern Ghats, right? All you people are well aware of the word called as the Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats, right? How many people have seen Eastern Ghats? How many people have seen Eastern Ghats? How many people have seen Western Ghats? Western Ghats you went. Eastern Ghats? You didn't see this one. Okay, now let me put the question in a different way. All you people might have went to this Tirumala Tirupati Devasthanam. How many people visited Tirumala Tirupati? Come on, please raise. Only a few people left, okay, in the class, okay. How many people have seen Vizag? Good number. Vijayawada for that matter. Guntur, you do one thing. Whatever the names I said, keep on raising, keep the hand straight as it is. Come on, Guntur, Vizag, Tugoji, Pagoji, means what? East Godavari, West Godavari, come on. Srikakulam, Vijayanagaram, Simhadri Appanna. How many people have visited? Now almost all, everyone is there. But what you don't know is, they are all coming under Eastern Ghats. You see Eastern Ghats only in the map, only in the geography textbook. You never compare these things with the practical type of education. This is where the students are getting failed, especially South Indians. You know, the practical approach is missing, the interlinking is missing. When you are in the Tirumala Tirupati, where you are in the Eastern Ghats. Do you understand? Don't simply say that, Yedukondalu poinamu, Govinda annamu. It's not the one. Where you are in the Eastern Ghats. When you go to Kadapa, when you go to Karnool, Nallamala forest, where it is? Part of Eastern Ghats. See, this is what you need to have a link. If the link is not there, what you read nothing, zero. If you know all the elements like Eastern Ghats, Western Ghats, without having a link with the practical world, what you have read? You read zero. How many have you visited Western Ghats? Now the people are raising their hands. Which area of Western Ghats? Which area of Western Ghats you visited? Okay, you went to Kerala. Which part of Kerala? Thank God, at least you know the name of the state. Okay, Goa. Means what? Whenever you are in the Western Maharashtra, Goa, Western Karnataka, then the parts of Nilgiris of Tamil Nadu, and even entire Kerala, what is a part? Part is nothing but Western Ghats. Could understand? We'll come across such elements here, but you never will be overlapping this one. That is the biggest mistake. If we can connect, no one can stop your victory. This is what I want to tell right from the beginning. I am telling this one, but you people are unable to catch the essence of this one. Is it clear? Don't simply see Bundelkhand as a small round circle here. Bundelkhand is a part which is located in the northern part of Madhya Pradesh and the southern part of Uttar Pradesh, where it is almost all 11 districts of both MP and UP. Is the intersection area. Okay? The best example, Lalitpur. Identify Lalitpur there, Jhansi. Are there? Likewise, there are some 11 districts are there. Okay? This is what the one. Then give the next heading as Bagelkhand. Come on. Give the heading as Bagelkhand.